Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and I forgot to turn on the projector. I almost always remember last possible second. It's important because it's used for the local recording when I do the episodes. By the way, as of streaming this, episode 2 is now out. Episode 3 is edited. I need to create an intro and outro for it, or maybe just an intro this time around. But there we go. It's my lovely desktop wallpaper. And just need to project. There we go. There it is! Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition on the Nintendo Switch. And today, I've been standing in this exact spot since I realized this was happening. Look at her go over there. God bless her, she's been at that for about 5 minutes now. From the moment I booted in and started trying to get the stream set up, she's just been sprinting trying to get up that sheer incline. Because there's stairs right next to her and she just doesn't know it. She hasn't registered for her that she could just walk a step back, take a couple paces to her left or right, and then come up the stairs. And she's just been sprinting in place now since I got back in the... It's remarkable. And I think she'd do it forever if we just stayed here. I'm worried if I move so much as a foot to the left or the right, she'll stop, and then the humor's over, right? The bit is done. Let's check the audio, though. 1, 2, 3, to the right, she'll stop. Yeah, okay. I always like to verify. Like, if I move further away, at some point she'll clip up here, won't she? I mean, it's not like we can leave her... Yeah, no, she'll eventually just fast travel up here. Well, we ended off in the previous stream discussing how we could use Enel's tips and strategies to max out all of our classes quickly by killing a bunch of bugs. And at the start of the last stream, we had some trouble getting that going, but then eventually we figured it out right at the end. Big shout out, by the way, still to Halrondo and Mistress Minerva for popping in and reminding me that I was not actually following Enel's guide properly, pointing out that I had missed a couple of very key elements. And thanks to them, we have now, if we go to our party and our classes, we've maxed them all out. That took maybe an hour. It didn't feel like it took any time at all, but then I looked at my phone and realized it was 2 in the morning and I had to get up and go to work, so I went to bed. But here we go. We knocked them all out. And you'll notice I'm back on the Drifter, and that's because if you look over on the right side of the screen, kind of up there, where it says skill slots, it has 5 skill slots. All of the other ones have somewhere in the neighborhood of 1, 2, 3, at most 4. I think most of these over here are 4. Really all except for the Duelist. So once you max them all out, there's really no reason to stay in any of them. You can go back to Drifter, which gives you 5 skill slots. And even though it says there that, you know, your weapons are knife and assault rifle, they don't have to be. Not anymore. We've maxed out all of the different classes. So if we go to ground gear now, you'll see that I've actually got, for my melee and ranged, we've got dual guns and then dual blades, same as if we were, for example, a Jaguar, a full metal Jaguar, just because that's what we've been using kind of the most of. There was a brief moment in time where it was right between sort of realizing we needed to switch to that for easier early game, not chain attacks, what are they called in this game? Overdrive, and then realizing that we could just max out other classes very easily. For that brief window there, we were just using full metal Jaguar, and so it's what I know. I've not gone through everything we've unlocked because when I was changing classes, I wasn't really paying any attention. I was just doing literally maybe 3 or 4 runs each to max them out. It took a little longer towards the end because our level kept going up, which meant the amount of XP we were getting was going down. And so the latter ones took a little bit longer than the earlier ones. But what matters here, what you need to know, is that we are now level 53, by the way. So we're 7 away from getting the next tier of Skell, which will be fun. And we have so many skills that I've not looked into. I've not even cleared these away. They're all still red. I've not read. They're red. They get little red dots because I've not read them yet. I don't know what most of them do. I'm going to have to go through all of these and try to figure that out. The ones we have picked up and the ones we're currently using are Phantom Counter, which boosts Overdrive count when activating Overdrive. I've got to boost it up to where it'll start off with 10, which is pretty decent. We've already had Third Eye. It's nothing new. Mindscape allows us to boost the starting TP, which is great. Extend overdrive duration by 8 seconds, so just going right in, we have an additional 8 seconds, and then we can boost TP by 50, which is the same thing here. It's just like the difference between one that does it when you use a ranged art and one that does it when you use a melee art, and then it's double when you have an active aura. So that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That's where we're at. I'm going to go through all those. We'll figure out sort of like the best approach. But what I thought about doing is last time we picked up a whole bunch of quests. Remember, we're trying to get one more backup request mission, and the way that I said I was going to do it was I was going to go run around and do some fetch quests. I never ended up doing that because I just maxed out all the classes and went to bed. But I think we can actually use tickets for a lot of these, and it might not be too expensive. So let's check our rewards. I have been playing it online, and so I've been earning some tickets. I've got 500 now, and we need some of these, but I don't know how many. For a lot of these, you normally need like a couple of them. So it's normally like 3, and if I have 1 and I buy 2 more, and I just do that for all of these. Oh, look, yeah, that definitely got rid of it, the exclamation mark on the side there. Okay, that might be the trick then. If we just buy just enough that the exclamation mark goes away. So this one must be more. Let's get 2 more. Okay, this one might be one that requires 8. Because some of them require 8. Maybe it requires 10? There we are. And then Emerald Horn, which we should have bought first, is what we require to build some appendage crushers that we've been wanting to have for a long time. We can just go buy, like, collect them and silver them, or we can just buy them for tickets, and we'll get more tickets because we're still playing online. And every so often I now know, hey, look at that! Indigent investigation is now completed. Pat yourself on the back, everyone. Hey, look at that! From idea to inventory is now completed. Pat yourself on the back there, everyone. Wait, hold on. We should have completed 3 of them, unless one of them required other things. We bought enough. Oh, maybe one of them required 2 different things. That would actually explain it. Let's have a look at our currently accepted missions. Slay Edgardo, Edgaro. Slay Oscar. Acquire the missing key. Yeah. Talk to. Yeah. And then this one, which is just, if you seek a pure white shell, to the east does it now dwell? A snake of stone amid lucent bowls, slip its gaze, enter its belly hole. Yeah. Where primordial cliffs face the sea, a cleft you must seek, longevity. Oh, in a cleft you must sleep. Okay, that makes more sense now. Longevity didn't feel like it could be the right word because I misread the beginning of the sentence, which is problematic. That's fine. Let's check our missions and see whether or not we've got anything new and useful. Remember, we're looking for a backup request, or a request for backup. And it doesn't look like we picked that up, and that's fine. We can go around and do some other mission. Oh my gosh! It's fog! I could really use some help here. How about that? Just 1 second, please. I'm going to have to do something real quick. Sorry, I had to answer a call from my brother. He needed help with something earlier, and I forgot about it. He just had a quick question. So, backup request with fog. This is what we really actually have been wanting to do. This is going to be one of the earlier missions that we had to skip over if we look at our active members. Actually, not all that long ago. Yeah, we have done 3 since we were supposed to do his. His was supposed to be right here, I believe. Foggy Dilemma. And then we can move on to, I believe, the 2 new editions, the Clorian Archaeologist and New Skell on the Block. Hopefully we'll knock all 3 of those out today, and that should be fun. But first, we can finally go do Appendage Crusher, and I'm so excited. Of course, we can also do follow-up quests with all of these individuals if we built up a good enough relationship with them. They have secondary, possibly even tertiary quests. I don't remember doing them, so I don't know for sure, but that's possible. That they might have tertiary. And then whatever comes after that, is there like a 4th version of secondary? What is the 4th iteration of secondary? Without further context, it's ambiguous. Well, secondary, tertiary, and the fourth one's ambiguous because I didn't phrase the question properly, I guess. That's fine. I don't need to know that badly. Let's head into weapon augments, special augments, appendage crusher, and we can make a number of these if we want to. We have enough merinium to make a number of them, and we have enough other materials. Well, I'm all out of shed germivore scales, so I guess we can't make all that many. Now, here's the only thing. Our armor is woefully behind, right? We could go buy some new armor, but do we really want to buy new armor right now when we can probably collect some pretty decent armor out and about in the world by just fighting monsters? I am undecided. So let's just have a quick look at our ground gear. Maybe we'll just stick these on our weapons if we can. No. We don't actually have the ability to stick these on anything other than worn vivid pants and worn vivid sleeves, which is disappointing. That's fine. We'll stick them on there then. You can take them back off later, right? Heavy rain screen. Immunity to the effects of heavy rain. I didn't know heavy rain had any effects on us. I had no idea. Where's what we just built? We have all these XP boosts. We have all this other stuff. TP Rebound 5 grants a low chance of receiving 200 HP even 2. Oh, that's pretty good. That's actually not bad. Where's what I just built? Does it have to go specifically on a weapon? It seems like it needs to go specifically on a weapon, which actually kind of makes sense. So I suppose we'll go buy a weapon then. That's actually perfectly fine and reasonable. Show me weapons, and I think we'll stick with potentially dual swords. That's what we got right now. Oh boy. What's better than what we've already got? Well, it's rather expensive at 214,000 credits or whatever they are, but we're not hurting for money, I suppose. That's physical. Do we want to do something with ether damage? What's the meta? I actually don't know what the meta is. Also, none of these have upgrade slots anyway, so we wouldn't want to buy them. Yeah, we'll just have to wait till we go out into the world and find gear that is just waiting with upgrade slots, right? Because I think it tends to be you can only find gear in the wild, right? I don't know if you can buy it with upgrade slots. Based on our little quick gander there, you definitely can't. Let's just have a look at the ground gear we've got on us, right? Like for right now, we've got worn... Look, this right here, granted, it's an ether weapon, so it's going to be different. Has a much higher power rating, lower TP gain rating, like much lower. That's really kind of the only downside to it. Like, yeah, it's slightly longer cooldown, slightly lower. It's just one hit instead of two. Well, I guess we could probably want to stick with dual blades, don't we? Look, we can move to this one. Okay, it's not as good. It's a step down. All right, we don't have to. By the way, we don't have to. We can move to advanced chrome sword. We don't have to stick with dual blades. There's no requirement. If we go with this though, we can stick our little upgrade on there. Same thing if we go with guns, right? And we go back to guns, and we literally just tick down to here. Electric. I don't want an electric gun. Ether gun is so much worse though. Should we move to? No, I don't want to. I don't want to have a different type of attack. I like the arts that I currently have selected. Let's just stick the one appendage crusher on there then. We'll just stick that one on there. That's fine. That'll be fine on there for now. That's okay. And we'll carry on with our lives. Okay, we'll go ahead and respond to the next mission that we have queued up. I'm not really worried about now going out and doing the rest of those fetch quests or fight the monster quests if we now have the ability to... Oh, hold on. Should we track that quest? I mean, I know where it's going to take me. Let's have a look at our missions. I keep calling them quests. They're missions. Okay, we got to get that right. Track. Target was set for tracking in the navigation panel. And if we just peruse the map, we kind of already know where it's at. It's right down here. We've gone to it before. So we can also go to the water purification plant, but we're not going to just yet. And in fact, I don't know. I think once we have all the different party members that we can currently unlock, we might just go ahead and progress the plot, and we'll worry about doing side content later. But because for right now, hey fellas, what's up? I'm just interested in doing this. And howdy, Lucas, in the chat. How are you doing? I see your hype train with the bees. Ain't that just the bee's knees? A bad joke. Okay, carrying on here. Accept backup request, basic mission, primary destination, Oblivia. Do it! Send it! Tell Fog that this is a good time to start talking, or stand still and let Fog notice you. That sounds more fun. just awkwardly stand in his field of view silently. I'm starting to see why they call him Fog.
Oh, hello there.
Howdy.
You must have seen that posting on Mission Control, right?
Yes.
My apologies. It's nice to meet you. I'm Fog Kristoff. I'm a little surprised, actually. I didn't think anyone would accept my request.
Why is that?
This is the best thing that's happened to me all month.
Tell Fog to make his point, or wait. I feel sorry for the guy. Let's let him finish his thoughts. Let's let him cook, as the kids say.
Okay. Thanks for letting me take this at my own pace. You're very patient. I finally got my thoughts together. Let me explain the mission. Basically, some of the data probes installed by the Pathfinders have been acting up.
I'm pretty sure I've installed all the data probes.
Installation. So now it falls to the prospectors. And me, specifically. We rely on data from those probes when gathering ore and other resources. And now, we're being asked to investigate the cause of the malfunction. Frankly, I think it's ridiculous that we should be given such a dangerous job. Besides, field investigation and combat aren't exactly my forte.
That's fine, man. Listen, we should head out there at once. We can help you. Yeah, no. We're definitely going to help. I don't try. Listen, you send this kid out on his own, he's going to be dead in a matter of hours, okay? He's going to get confused about what he's doing. He's going to just sit down next to a hostile indigent and get eaten before he realizes he needs to fight, okay?
Already? Wow, that was fast. I wish I could be that distant.
I wish you could too!
But you're right. We should go have a look. Oh, I suppose I should mention the location, huh? Sorry.
I mean, just mark it on my map.
They're in Oblivia. We need to check out a few different probes, so might as well start with the closest one.
Alright, Foggy Dilemma. They should have done the pun name for the mission as well, like Foggy Dilemma would have been funny. I just realized something that I need to change that I completely neglected and forgot about when we started doing the dual streaming. Please give me one moment. I'm working on it right now. It's not important, but I mean, I think it is. I think it's important and relevant. So please just be patient with me here for one moment. A little bit of setup I got to do here. If it's going to work. It doesn't look like it's going to work. Please work. Trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going. Trust me. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm no fool. Oh, that's upsetting. That's not a good sign at all. Maybe I set it up differently than I thought. Well, never mind then. Forget everything I said. Forget that little bit of a distraction. Pretend like it never happened. Completely erase that from your mind. Let's head off to Oblivia. Yeah, of course I want to track the mission. Why would I not want to track the mission? What else am I going to be tracking? Also, we've completed backup requests, even though we have yet to actually provide the backup. We just wandered over here and had a conversation with them.
Prospectors can get back to work. Let's do it for New LA.
Heck yeah, for New LA. For humanity as a whole. We cannot have that man in our party with us for some reason. Alexa, you're kind of a nuisance, I'm going to be honest with you. That whole thing you did earlier where you were running in place headlong into a solid wall, I really can't contend with that. Why can't I have Fry in my party? Maybe he's going to show up later in the mission, and that would be kind of weird. I think we have to switch in Fog anyway. So welcome to the party, Fog. We now got two blondes, and I think he fits in just fine. I think he matches the aesthetic of the rest of the group perfectly well. And that's going to be, hopefully we all get along really well. So we're going to head to this one right here, which I definitely placed, and I did the job right. There's nothing wrong with the job that I did, and anyone saying otherwise is lying. There's nothing wrong with this probe. It's not acting up. Okay, I followed all the procedures, and I verified that it was functioning A-okay. It's been producing a lot of material for me. That's a very big fella over there who was in the way. Let's hop inside of our Skell in case we have to, like, deal with him. Also, I'm supposed to be hunting these as part of the online situation that I don't really do much with or kind of ever really acknowledge. But I think we could probably do it pretty easily now that we're level 53. And we have this. Well, I expected that to do a bit more than it did, and that's okay. Hold on a second. What does this do? Oh, yeah, no, bind the thing. I hit the button at the wrong time. There we go. Are we keeping it bound? What are we accomplishing right now? It gave me the guide for binding a long time ago, but it's never come up. It's the first time we've ever had to do it. We're kind of hovering beneath it at the moment. I was really hoping we would deal more damage to it than we did. Let's activate that. And activate that. And hopefully those are still active when this comes back up. And we'll do a bit more damage with it. I'm not getting out of this thing. We're staying inside of this thing. I feel safe. Alright, no one's ever been killed by a giant deer-giraffe hybrid while inside of a massive mech. And you can't tell me I'm wrong, because you don't know. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. You bet I'll do that, my guy! Keeping in mind this has nothing to do with what we were prompted to do here. This has no bearing on our actual objective. That's lovely. That just does not deal a whole lot of damage, though, does it? For some reason, we're attacking the horns specifically. I don't know if that's going to, like, help us at all. It has 2 horns. Should we go ahead and just attack the other one while we're in the business of attacking horns? By the way, I can't use points to instantly recharge any of the scale abilities, which is a question I had in the last stream. Can confirm, cannot. Figured that out this exact moment. I don't know why I'm reactivating these right now. We can't use... Both of those kind of like help benefit the Phoenix, which is not recharged. Also, I think we have one more slot that we're just not using that we can stick something on. I don't think we can put anything on the slot between these, because the Phoenix takes up like the whole back. It's a massive weapon. We can stick something over here to the right of this ability, though. And we probably should at some point. I don't know if we'll actually be able to destroy this other horn. I would love to do that, but I'm waiting. There we go. I'm doing this for you. Did Murderous ask for that? Who asked for that? Fog's asking for it right now, but I've already done it. Well, there you go, everyone. We've defeated the wise Aprika. Aprisa? Aprisha. I think if it was wise, it wouldn't have picked a fight with me. Not what we're meant to be doing right now. But also, let's clear out some vehicle wreckage. Okay. Let's actually help Fog out. Fog is probably very confused. He's probably never worked with someone in our division before and is trying to figure out, like, is this normal? Is this what you guys do? You go out to fix like a data probe and you just end up committing like genocide of the native population? Yes, that's exactly what we do. Fog, this isn't one of mine. I didn't do this. This is not my fault. This is on you, man. You got to figure this out.
Strange. This isn't what I expected to see. Data probes are normally buried underground. Why is this one sitting here?
Fog, I'm assuming something dug it up.
That explains the problem, but not the cause. Let's try another site.
Who sunk this data probe right next to mine? Or did I put a data probe right next to theirs? Is this like hunting, where if you have like a lease, you're supposed to keep your stands so far apart from one another, and it's really poor form to put them right on top of each other, or within like a certain distance? Is that what we've done? Did we roll up on the scene and plant one of our data probes right on top of someone else's? And now it looks like we sabotaged theirs! How else did theirs end up pulled out of the ground? Unless there's like yet another third guy who's got a probe out there, right in between ours, and was getting a lot of interference, and he ripped theirs up, not realizing that we also had one. I mean, I would want to look into that, I guess, but I'm not going to stress over it at the moment. Excuse me, little creatures. I'm on my way. I'm doing an adventure here. It looks like it's pretty much the same situation. Got a data probe here, just out of nowhere. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wrong button. Sorry about that. I got a little excited.
This probe's been pulled out of the ground as well. It's like something is going around and intentionally digging them up, or something.
It's well reasoned.
Let's head for the next site.
It's very well reasoned. It's perfectly possible that's exactly what's happening. Just so we're clear, they are not getting in here with me. They are just stomping around on the ground behind me, which is awkward for them. Is this... No, this is a different direction the way we came. Isn't that... Where am I going? That's just right back to where we were. Wait a minute, my guy. Maybe this is part of the quest. Maybe he's just, like, forgetful. But we know that we know that he's a little bit of a dense boy. He is absolutely taking us back to the first one, though. And I wonder if that's going to be a part of the mission. Is he just confused? Has he forgotten? Do we need to wait for this thing to move past? Because I really don't want to have to fight it. That seems like it would be a bit of a nuisance. It's low level. Like, sure, we outclass it in kind of every regard. But it's time that we'd rather not invest, especially when we're pretty sure that Fog's going to be a little bit of a silly boy and comment on how, wow, this looks just like the first one we looked at, or something along those lines.
This one's pulled out of the ground just like the others.
Something's obviously digging the data probes up. I'll remind Fog that you've already checked this location. Let's just skip to the chase, right?
Right? Wait. Haven't we been here already?
Does it matter?
Apologies. That's my mistake. My brother was always yelling at me to focus. He used to say the only mistakes I made were stupid ones.
Well, he sounds unpleasant.
I haven't made much progress on that front.
Is he dead on Earth now? Ooh, remind Fog that no one is perfect. Yell at Fog to get his act together, or tell Fog that all progress is built on such mistakes. Well, that's consoling.
You're very kind. I'll add this to the list of mistakes I mull over in my head before going to sleep.
See, that's why you're so, like, out of it all the time. You don't have enough sleep. You're constantly thinking about your mistakes and staying up.
Okay. Well, there's nothing else for us here. Let's head to our actual destination.
A wonderful call there, Fog. Absolutely wonderful. And where is that going to take us? Not back to the other one, surely. No. Out past the enemy base that we went to before. Let's open up the map before that guy stomps right over to us, and we'll just kind of fast travel out of the way. And then that way we don't have to deal with the gigantic turtle beast, because I'm not in the mood to be dealing with the gigantic turtle beast. Maybe later. Maybe later, when we don't have like a million and one things to get done. Ere the end of the stream, we'll deal with that. We could probably wipe out all these bugs if we wanted to. But there's no advantage to it. They're all low level. We're not going to... Oh, who are these guys? Wait a minute. Hold on.
That explains it.
These ganglions?
The ganglion have been digging them up.
Ganglion fools! How did they even find them? They're buried.
Leader Worm was forcing them up as it burrowed. I'm almost disappointed.
That would have been cool, Fog. We'd have had to fight it, but it would have been cool. There's something like that up there in the north. I can go show you.
About? Oh, right. The ganglion. So what should we do about them?
Blow them up? Let's see. Propose that you take out the ganglion forces who are responsible for disturbing the data probes. Ask Fog what he wants to do. I feel like, again, we need to help Fog. We need to help jog Fog along here.
Well, if I'm being honest, I'd like to turn around and go home.
Wouldn't we all?
I suppose that's not really a solution, huh?
No.
If we let them go, the damage will spread. And who knows when we'll find them again. Let's do it. Together, we should almost definitely be okay.
Almost. I liked the definitely part of that, for sure. Alright. We're going to do what we've done before. Okay, exactly like when we're clearing out the cave of insects. We're going to get our ranged accuracy up. Alright? And then, we're going to wipe them out. Very effective against low-level enemies.
Are you hurt? I'm okay. Just tired, mostly.
What, did you ask and answer your own question?
I fought like that. Still, I'm glad it's over. And you made it possible, so thanks.
Of course, buddy.
It was reassuring having you along, you know? Almost like being by my brother's side again.
How sweet.
Maybe even better in a way. It's actually kind of odd to feel this comfortable with a stranger.
Tell Fog that you want to take on more missions together. Tell Fog that he showed great courage, or tell Fog not to get too comfortable. Let's see. I like these two right here. We should take on more missions together, or that you showed great courage. I feel like this one would actually mean more to him, to let him know, to reassure him that we like hanging out with him.
That's very kind of you. It's been ages since anyone counted on me for anything. Pretty sure the last time was when I was 21 and Fry had me buy his scotch. I'm always on my own, so I can join you most any time. Until our next mission, then.
I feel like maybe we should have told him he had great bravery. I don't know. Maybe he would have given us some sort of insight, like, well, my brother told me that when I left him to die on Earth. Fog has joined our party. residential district where he can usually be found. He's quite shy and adheres to his own natural rhythm above all. Due to these unique qualities, he prefers to carry out assignments alone. His genius-like traits have, however, nurtured excellent skills in the field. Oh, what a little champ we got here. I'm rather fond of Fog. Let's head back to town, though. Or, hold on, are some of these bugs... Are they potentially targets for online play? There's something over here that are targets for online play. Oh, it's these guys up top here. That's okay. Yeah, we can head up here. That's fine. I was going to say, let's try to, like, just blast as many of them out of the way with this as we can. That's great. It didn't kill everything, though. There's, like, a lot of guys left. I mean, we can linger for a moment. I would like to get back to town. We need to add more guns. Well, that was it. Okay, that was great. And we should have gotten some online rewards for that eventually. Also, everything is getting poisoned right now, so we probably shouldn't linger. I'm also low on fuel because I used a whole bunch of fuel. I used Moranium to buy a little bit more fuel, but I didn't top off all my fuel. Okay, we're going to go first down here, and then we're going to have to make the decision. Which new party member do we want to add? So both of these are completely new to the definitive edition version of the game. They were both revealed pretty much fully in the trailers, although we don't really know anything about their story unless you went to the website and read about them, which I did not do, but I know that information was out there. Some of it got around to me. I know one of them, the one with the new skull, I think is the child of one of the AMs or someone of importance. I don't know exactly. We also have 18,000 Muranium that just came through. We should probably go ahead and invest that before we do anything else. Else we fill up on Muranium and have no more room for additional Muranium. We'll just dump that into an AM. Wow! Granada GG indeed. Meredith & Co. So these are starting to fill up. We got 16,000 right now. I don't want to dump all of it in case we might need some for a quest later. So let's not dump all of it. Let's just dump a nice clean 10k into Candid Incredible. And there we go. Eventually we'll have all of them maxed out. There are other ones that you get eventually, but let's just go. I guess we'll continue going in the order they're presented on the active member screen. Unnecessary, not required, but this is what we're going to do. These are the last two that we can unlock before progressing the story. I don't remember who the other 5 are at all, so don't even bother asking. We're going to do the Chlorian Archaeologist up next, which I think is right over here by the terminal where we could accept missions. Not up there, though, right here. The Mission Control Terminal, I believe. Yeah, right here. The Chlorian Archaeologist, primarily in Oblivia. There's one other Chlorian in the game, and they're not in Oblivia. And we're not going to be able to talk to them until, like, Chapter 8, maybe? Unless they've shaken things up with the introduction of this other Chlorian. Let's find out together. Wait, that's just them right there. And they're just in town?
Hmm? Aren't you...
Ask if she needs any assistance. Yeah.
Huh? It looks to you like I need help.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that you're in desperate need or anything.
Surprise? I mean, I thought humans weren't used to the whole talking with Xenos business. Honestly, I never expected one to actively approach me.
I mean, we've got a tater tot that follows us around everywhere we go. Does no one know that you're here? I feel like this would be news.
Say, you're a member of that Blade organization, aren't you? Hear me out for a moment, would you? As you guessed, I am in a sort of a bind. Thank you. You are a kind soul, aren't you? Okay, here's the story. Whoa, that's a lot of people.
How'd you...
Clarions really stand out so much.
I have a lot of
Physical
questions.
features don't seem all that different.
Well, the ears are kind of distracting.
Anyway, I don't think any of us are enjoying this attention much. Let's go someplace quieter.
Those are some familiar-looking earrings. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. My
It's not a
name is
bit.
Neil.
They just look familiar. I don't know why.
Neil. Incidentally, is this your first time seeing a Clarion in the flesh?
Yeah, we haven't met the only other one that was in the original game, and we won't for some time. Confirm, nod to indicate that this is the first time you've seen a Clarion, or explain that you've met one of her kind before. Well, we haven't, and I don't think that we can until after, like, Chapter 8, so we can't really say that. That would be a lie.
Aha! Yeah, that's what I thought. We're uncommon. We Clarions rarely leave our home planet. Even I don't bump into many out here. Just to double-check, though. Your organization, Blade, was that the name? It's a paramilitary group equipped for combat.
Some of
Is that
us.
about right?
Some of us get cats out of trees, but
Okay,
yeah.
good. That's exactly the sort of thing I'm looking for. But then, it being a high-risk job, there's a ton of red tape to go through. The big cheeses need to sign off on it. They're even more fussy when a Xeno like me is involved. Nobody wants a diplomatic incident, right? I was ready to give up and go it alone, but you showed up right in the nick of time. It's my lucky day.
We're not getting any answers to any of our
From
questions.
what I can see, some Blades are willing to accept jobs at their own discretion. That'd be an accurate assessment, right?
Yeah. Make a snap decision or think it through. Willingly accept the task without a second thought. Reserve judgment until you've heard all the details. Yeah, let's be reserved. Let's see what exactly is being requested of us, because you never know what they might be trying to drag you into.
Of course.
Fog liked
That's
that.
sensible. All right, let me lay it out for you. In the area that you humans call Oblivia, there's a huge ring-shaped structure.
Yes.
I want to investigate it, personally.
I've been to a couple of them.
You see, I'm a researcher of what in your language you'd call archaeology.
Mm-hmm.
My main focus is ancient alien ruins and literary archives. In short, you might call me a cosmoarchaeologist.
I'm not going to call
Now,
you that.
if that ring structure is anything like the thing I think it is, it may not be quite as innocuous as it seems.
If you can get me inside there, that'd be cool.
Hurry up and analyze its true nature. For that, I'd need to do some field work. Except, as you might be aware, that area is teeming with hostile indigens. Basically, I need you to protect me from danger long enough for me to complete my survey. That would be the gist of my request. How about it? I'll fight too if the going gets tough, of course. I promise you, I've been in my fair share of scrapes. Exploring ruins is no picnic. All right, that'll be enough chit-chat. Let the journey to the giant ring begin! And thanks again for this.
I'm intrigued. The setup is great. My only question and my only point of concern is how did she get into the city? I assume she didn't fly in or anything. Did she just walk in? Do any of the higher-ups know? This is... Unless you're supposed to wait to get her until you meet the other Clarion, this is the first one that any of us have ever seen. She's available before Chapter 8. So, chronologically, she's, I guess, the first one we meet. And she's just, what, wandered into town? And is like, humans, Blade. I'm there. I'm sharp. Sharp-witted. I know what's going on here. Got it right on the nose. I'm baffled and bewildered. Also, she is fine, let me tell you. And normally I'm not into the pointy ears, but in this situation, listen, let's just go help her out, okay? She needs some assistance. Let's swap her in, and we're gonna get rid of Fog. Girls' day out. Let's go. I'm so excited. Wait, what is her class? Was she? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, just one moment. Let me have a look at my party. Let me look at my active members, I should say. Okay. Psycorruptor, Winged Viper, Full Metal Jaguar. Interesting. Because if you have a look at our classes, you will notice that the vast majority of us are from this tree right here in some way, with the one exception being the Psycorruptor. That's fun. That's great all around. I wish that I also had the big purple guns on my back, but I've opted for whatever these are, and that's okay. That's fine by me. I don't need to exactly copy everyone. Do we need to top off the fuel in our scale, or do you think we're going to be okay? I think we'll fast travel over there, because we have been over there before, and therefore there's no necessity to manually travel there. Thank goodness for it. We need to buckle down and go ahead and get the right... Well, no. After 9, we'll worry about completing the map. After Chapter 9, we get one more thing that's going to make exploring the map a cakewalk. And I'm not going to waste time hopping around in the skell to make that happen. Unless the game requires it of me. Okay, there's some big monkeys. Now, do we need to worry about them? I guess they're probably a part of the plot, because they don't seem to have any levels. And they're just kind of hanging out there eating, as far as I can tell. Now, what are they eating? I don't know. I can't... I mean, in order...
There's the rub. I had hoped we wouldn't encounter any roadblocks, but we'll just have to bite the bullet. Time to earn your dinner.
Alright, no, I see why I'm here. I get it. That's fine. They're level 20. It's not that big a deal. Check this out. Gonna activate that. Gonna activate this. This should only really... Like, the effectiveness of this is specifically aimed at insects. Remember all those insect buffs that we've got? It just happens that we're also a high enough level that most things get eviscerated by them. Which is nice.
Nicely done. You dispatched them expertly. Right, time marches on. I'll lead the survey from here.
We don't even need the accuracy buff and all
We'll
that.
check the base of the ring. We're looking for data plug consoles. If all goes well, we may just be able to salvage our Mystery Hoops activity log. Let me think. I believe 2 should be enough. Until then, would you entertain any unwelcome guests?
Yes, I can see what we're doing. I see what this quest is all about now. Play the hero or play the mercenary. We're not gonna... No. I'm more interested in finding out what this is all about. Maybe she can tell us what these gigantic rings are. Because I've always wanted to know, and I'm sure many of you have as well. Play the hero!
Somehow I knew you'd say that. My life is resting wholly in your hands. Right then, let's get to work. We'll have this survey done in a blink.
Golden Simius mane. We could make a hat out of that. Or like a coat of some kind. Hidden giant ring console. Oh, I guess I have to get out to interact with that. What do I need to just poke it? You salvaged giant ring activity log 1. Can I read giant log activity 1? Is that something I can do anything with? I would love to get some more information on what these giant rings are. Who built them, why they are here. One of my favorite facts about the giant rings is, I mean, it's not even a fact about the giant rings, really, so much as it's a fact about the community. When X first came out, the only other piece of Xenoblade content there was the first game. And so there was a theory amongst the fan base that somehow these giant rings were connected to the Mechanis. And because we haven't done a Let's Play of those games, and I promise this would all be spoiler-free, I won't say more than that. We'll just leave it really vague. But I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense with what has been added to the lore with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3. But as far as theories go for the time, I think that's pretty solid, and I like it. And I think if they'd gone a different direction with it, that would have been sort of an interesting thing to investigate. Like, well, how did they end up here on Mira? What's going on here? What's the lore? What's the connective tissue? I'd be there for it, but obviously I guess they've... Well, I can't say obvious. You know what? We don't know. Uh-oh. What am I fighting? I don't really want to.
Get yourself ready.
I guess we're going to. Okay, well, we've almost done the thing, I guess. Might as well see it through at this point. I was gonna say, I still don't know what the new content, post-game content is. So who knows what they've decided to do now. We're just gonna have to keep waiting till we get there.
Now we can. Seventh edge.
On my mark. Fire.
What is this? The pile bunker.
Get them off.
Does it do anything? Am I literally just punching it with my bare fist?
Have to turn this around.
Stay alive! Don't die, Hope!
Weaken it.
I'm gonna shoot it with my gun.
Sorry. Side slash.
No! Hope is dead!
Thank you.
All Hope is dead! Here, kill it with the sword. Well, there we go. And out of that, we got some advanced Vivid Crora, which is a great time. Of cool. I mean, that was just sort of a side thing that we ended up doing by chance because it got mad at me. Are you also going to get mad at me? You're going to stand up there and eat? I'm just here to activate the hidden ring console. I really don't need to have any sort of interactions with anyone. My beef is not with you, old monkey. You salvaged Giant Ring Activity Log 2. Wasn't that a fun time? Was it just the two?
Well, not a surprise, but still unexpected. Huh. What's it doing out here in the far reaches of space?
What is it?
I'm sorry. I've been keeping you in the dark, haven't I?
Yes, I'm really excited, actually.
Well, as it turns out, our ringy friend here is a planetary engineering system.
Ooh.
Simply, it's a terraforming device.
Oh.
That's not the thing that bothers me. It's the fact that there is Clurian tech incorporated into its workings. Our technology borrows heavily from ancient Samar, the oldest civilization in the known universe. This led to worship, and after a few thousand years, we reached unparalleled levels of prosperity. Our ancestors sought to spread our faith across the galaxy, preaching to other races and sharing our tech. The alien civilization who made this ring, they must have been one of those races. Although, given the state of this barren landscape, it looks as though they had another use in mind. Ironic that a tool meant to facilitate life was ultimately used to destroy it.
Well, you don't know that. Something could have gone wrong, right? Offer her a few words of comfort, or tell her bluntly that life is cruel. Not that, no. Hope appreciated we went with the other route.
That's sweet of you.
Thank you.
Here
We're going to talk about it in a hot tub or
Hopefully
something.
everyone will like you. Maybe then history would have played out differently. So the reason I survey ruins is to seek out vestiges of the tech my ancestors disseminated and to deal with them appropriately. To conserve any artifacts that may still be operational, or if they're being mishandled, to destroy them. Although in this ring's case, it seems to be completely out of commission. I could breathe easier knowing that.
Interesting. So Chlorian technology was used, based on ancient Samar, to build terraforming rings. This is all very intriguing. Sorry, who are these people with the faces on the chests? These aren't ganglion. Who are these guys?
What the?
I'm just as confused as you are. Quack quack. Or what was her name? I missed her name earlier.
Seems we've been found out.
Yeah, no, it seems that way. Where's my scowl? Get back to the scowl, everyone. Or just me, I guess. All right. Let's actually go ahead and do our buffs to ranged nonsense. And then let's just see if we can one-shot them. Oh, not quite. And somehow we've launched them into the sky where I cannot reach them. Come back down here. Don't hide up there. What are you doing? Don't do your weird little dance. Come down here and fight me, gosh darn it. Oh, I guess I can still hit them from down here. What does this do? Deals beam damage, and from behind it boosts damage. Well, let me get behind him then, if I can. Oh, let's go. Okay, that one is almost done. Was that one named Chalk and this one's named Slate? That's fun. Thermal Bomber. Deals thermal damage and inflicts stagger. Let's give it a shot. Well, it probably would have worked better. Oh, no, we still did it. I can't do that, Murderous. It takes a really long time to charge. You'll have to give me a second. There we go. Who are those guys? What are those guys? We didn't even kill them, and they're just gone. They have hats. They're skulls with hats, and they got faces on their chests. That's not normal. That isn't normal. Oh, don't just look like that. You gotta enlighten us in some front.
Yikes. They sure gave us a fright.
You don't say.
I'm not sure what I would have done without you.
Died. I think it would have died. What is that face we're pulling behind this thing? Ask her if she's okay or inquire about the nature of the skells. I want that one.
One thing's clear. They didn't just stop by for a nice chat and a coffee. In any case, that pair of mechanical menaces. Don't I know them? I can't seem to recall. I'll look into it later. Right. I think we've done about all there is to do here. Thanks again. Maybe down the line, the two of us can work together once more. Oh, and feel free to establish a rapport with me. I'm planning on staying in NLA for a little while yet. If you need me for anything...
Have you talked to anyone about that?
Assist.
Remember what a big deal it was when we brought Tatsu into the city? And then L? And then the Manon? And now there's just Neil Nail here. Tic Tac, whatever their name is. It's Neil Nail. Just wanders into town and is like, I'm here now. I need help! Like, I'm just gonna gloss over it. You learned the Psycho Launcher art, Conduction Rise. I'm sure that I did. That's not the only thing rising when she's around. Cut it. Cut that. Cut that from the record. Cut that from the... We can't have that. Cut that. Cut that from the... We can't have that on the record. It looks like clothes modeled on Neil Nail's outfit are now on sale. With her... Oh, this is... with her express permission, of course. Or more like, with her intense direct supervision, supposedly. Anyway, can't let all that go to waste, huh? Let's go give him a try on later. Yeah, absolutely. Neil Nail is a great addition to the party. Great addition to the lore. I like what they're doing. They're expanding on the whole lore with the Samarians and all of that, which is great to see. Let's head back to Armory Alley. Do we want to get that outfit? That could be fun if we can. If it's not like super expensive or anything, we just pick that one up and put it on as our sort of outer wear. That would be a great time. I don't. Does it have any sort of It's probably like low level, isn't it? If I had to assume, where would that be at? We'll start with the torso, and it's probably going to be low level. And what's it going to be called? Because it's probably something you're meant to get, like the Prime swimsuit top. The Prime swimsuit top, as you can see, is level 40? Really? Odd. Regional. What is this? Is this her gear? Super Civ Scholastic. Is that what she was wearing? Yep, that's what she was wearing. I can tell from behind for sure. I'm pretty sure, at least. It's casual wear, so it's only level 20. I don't think it's supposed to be anything but... Ooh, there's a bunch of different color options. So if we wanted to wear this as our fit, we could, or you could just wear it as fashion gear. There's the different tiers. That's like a full bodysuit as well. You don't have to have separate pants and legs and everything. Which color fits our aesthetic and our aura? I don't feel like any of it really matches and looks good on us. Nick Alvarez, welcome to the live stream chat. We're playing a little bit of Fashionscape right now. We're trying on clothes. I'm not really sure if this fits our character. It doesn't match our vibe or aesthetic at all. It doesn't look right. Maybe after we do a little bit of a makeover and we change our hairstyle, we can go ahead and buy it. Like, we can own it if we want to. We'll just purchase it and have it ready to go at any time. What other outfits have we got around here that we could put on? Survival Norak? I'm looking at a swimsuit top? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, that's available. Velour Breaker? Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah, I like that. Not with our sleeves currently, obviously. But, again, I'm not really sure if that necessarily matches with the aesthetic of our character. I think these actually, like, this basic shirt and pants we're wearing is kind of like peak for our vibe. I don't think it gets better than this. I think if just our hair was different, it might be a different story. But we'll try on some other clothes later. I'm doing swell, Nick. Thank you so much for asking. And how about yourself? How are you doing today? All right, well, we've added one of the new characters to our roster. It is now time to move on to the second one. And it wouldn't shock me if we had a second quest with that Chlorian archaeologist in the future. Possibly even a crossover with the other Chlorian. once we find them. The vibe of the character? Yeah, listen, I mean, I don't necessarily mean with our attitude or our personality. I just mean more so the look, right? Like with the short, kind of reddish hair. I don't know. It's hard to find clothes that match. That's why we got the reddish pants, you know? So this is where we're going to add the second new character that's been added to the game. New Skell on the block. As far as I can tell, there's really nothing we have to do other than have a Skell license, be past Chapter 6. Recommended level. This actually has a required level of 24, so there's probably something tricky we need to do. But let's just send it. Let's just go. How hard can it be?
There you are. Heads up. We just received an urgent request from Granada GG. It's direct from their chief engineer.
Who are you?
They're asking us to sniff out a prototype Skell for them that went radio silent during a test drive.
Vandom?
They sounded pretty desperate. Said they need professionals. A team who'll get the job done right.
Vandom, do you have a cold?
This is whose name popped into my skull. You're taking the job, right? Good. I'll send you the coordinates of the last known location we got from its tracking beacon. Take a good look at them.
I want to be careful
There was a rumor going around.
about what I say here.
Speaks about a new type of Skell Granada had in the works. Could be our missing mechs, one and the same. That'd sure be something. If it turns out to be a real smash hit, be nice if we could add it to our arsenal. Well, get going, soldier.
I listened to none of that. So that wasn't Vandom. That was not Vandom. I don't know. Here's the thing. The last game came out 10 years ago. There's a few different options, okay? The previous actor, the VA, that could be the same VA, and he's aged a decade. People's voices change over time. Maybe he retired and they got a different one. Maybe he just didn't want to do the job. He possibly could have passed away. I don't know. I don't think this guy's not bad at voice acting. I'm just saying he didn't sound like Vandom. Vandom has a presence when he talks. This guy just did. I think I do a better Vandom voice. What was that all about? That was so distracting that I did not listen to a word of the prompting for the mission. Wait, I didn't accept the mission. Wait, I backed out of the mission. Oh no! Or did I accept it? I think I must have accepted it. Hold on, let's go to the missions. I hit B instead of A, I'll tell you that, but I think we still ended up accepting it. New Skell in the block. Yeah, I think we just didn't track it is all that happened there. Granada GG have requested your assistance in locating a missing prototype Skell. Okay, yeah, I heard none of that. I was just so distracted by that not being Vandom. I'm sorry that things have been rough. I hope this things start to look up for you, Nick. I hope that all is well, and that tonight you can enjoy your time in the peanut gallery and just watch me be frustrated about things. Frustrated and confused. I'm distracted now. Is that what Vandom's going to sound like in the post-game content? I'm assuming Vandom's going to have new voice lines in the post-game. I'm going to have to just get past it. The problem is we're going to go back to OG Vandom, who again might be the same VA, but just, 10 years younger, or if the old one died. I don't know. I'm not looking it up. I refuse. I will after this. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I don't even know where I'm going with this. Let's just focus on the mission at hand. Is this the cool new flying Skell from the trailer? The one that transforms into an aeroplane? I mean, it looks more like a pod racer at the moment. That's a silly looking helmet, though. That's the problem at the end of the day. No matter how cool your Skell is. If you have a silly looking helmet, I can't take you seriously. So, is this a samurai? Is this just a full-on samurai? Uh-oh. Good job. You've cooked the new... Oh, and now you're about to die! This is why you don't take out the beta skeleton, one of the most dangerous reasons of the game. You just stand outside the gates of the city where you could fall back. What? Look, there's ghosts, eels flying around you now. No good can come of this. We're also not running out here without our skill. What are we doing right now? Have we lost our minds? What, am I supposed to just, like, stand these things down with a fierce, determined expression? I think not. Watch this.
We consider yourself scored. Phoenix wins. Yay! We win.
It's beautiful. The Phoenix is overpowered. It's the best thing in the game. I'm just throwing that out there. At least for early level creatures. Yeah, no, I would also be terrified if I saw someone wearing this thing on their head. They're clearly not right. Blade. Oh my gosh, I know what that is. I've played Xenoblade 3.
That was you?
Why you got a life clock? What's going on here? How many minutes you got left? Is the implication that that thing just faded out of existence? Well, don't just stare at me. Answer my questions. What's going on here? Who are you? Why are you here? Explain that Granada hired you, or ask if she's all right. Ugh. Okay. So, I will tell you, Nick, that right now we are not doing any of the story content in this stream. We are exclusively chasing down the people, your party members that you can add, right? Because you've got a whole roster of additional party members you can get if you do the new quests with them. So that's all we're doing. Right now we're up to Chapter 6, and we're not going to go past that until we've added... Well, this is the last one we need to add, actually. Although that said, it is currently pretty late, so we're not going to just start the next chapter tonight. We're going to probably wrap up with this character. But, see, I trust them because of the helmet. Really. See, I'm having a complete lack of faith based solely on the helmet. The helmet is kind of like it's a deterrent to me, to be honest. It seems very large, like cumbersome. You can't see through it clearly. And obviously it hasn't helped them in combat because they just wrecked the Skell. We're going to just tell them why we're here. Granada hired us. Why'd you steal the thing?
Granada did? Oh, now it all makes sense. I bet I know who it was. Poor girl. She must have been worried sick. In any case, I owe you.
Well, Granada
Broke down out
owes
here.
me. They're the ones who
Couldn't
promised to
even call a
pay.
ride home. I'm lucky you showed up.
You are. That's true.
Oh, and name's Liesel. I'm a test pilot
Liesel?
for Granada Galactic.
Like the thing you paint with? You get a
Careful,
Liesel?
you bailed me out and all, but the Skell's the one that's in a bad way. It needs returning, and it won't make it back unless I get it fixed up. It's highly classified, as you can imagine. If I left it just sitting out here, they'd have my head.
It's also a samurai. Are you going to go into that? Or are we just going to gloss over that?
Hey, can I ask you a small favor? It won't take too much of your time.
If it involves towing that thing back, I'm pretty sure that's why we're being paid.
Here's the deal. I need parts from around here to patch this thing up and get it home.
Or I could just haul it back.
I'll send you what parts it needs. I'd really appreciate the help.
I'd appreciate if you let me just carry it back with my
I'll stay
Skell.
here and get things repair ready. Thanks in advance.
You mean you're going to sit around here and do nothing? I can tell when we're being taken advantage of. I think you're right. I think it is close to Weasel. And I think it's close to Weasel for a reason, Nick. Because I think that they've just weaseled their way out of work is what they've done. What am I looking for? What exactly am I required to fetch for you? Some random objects from all over the place? So be it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. We're going to zoom past that insect. We're not going to bother fighting it. It would not be a fair fight to begin with. And then also, are these objects I need to get off of individuals or things I can just pick up off the ground? Oh, actually, there's like a scrapped bit of something here. And a red doohickey down there. Which is probably what I'm actually here for. Well, everybody get back in the Skell. Get back in the Skell. Do not engage. Repeat, do not engage. I think it's just the one of them, actually, so this is probably overkill.
Hang in there. You've got a
It
way
gets
to
the
go.
job done, though.
Thank
That's what
heavens.
matters. I think we're fine. I think maybe we might have overreacted. I think maybe we might have been a little overly concerned. That had nothing to do with what we're here for. Let's just grab this. Be on our way. What all am I supposed to be getting here? Collect Sylvalum tree sap on the east shore of Lake Seal in Sylvalum. Okay, well, I noticed that on that side of the beach as well, there was a site for a probe that I imagine we would have passed before. and just did not engage with on any level. What is that thing? Oh my gosh, I didn't even register that it was there before. Hold on, where did I see that red beam of light coming up from? Right there in the middle. Well, these guys are pretty high level, but I don't think that they're going to attack me. That thing might! It just materialized. That's not my fault. I can't be held responsible for a thing coming into existence as I ran past. It's level 55 as well, so I don't think we're going to bother trying to one-shot it. It ain't going to happen. But it's also lost interest in me, so we'll go ahead and plant the data probe. Later on, I can maybe go through... I've collected a bunch of data probes, like different types of probes, I should say, like mining probes and whatnot. So we probably need to do an audit of how we've got them set up and figure out sort of what the best orientation is going to be around here. None of these are connected. But I've got like another G8, some G7s, some G6s. We got some higher tier research probes that we need to figure out where to place. We got to find some scenic locations for them. Not here. There, actually... That's a great place for revenue. Not there so much. Yeah. Why would I not be using a cannon for a fly? It's guaranteed to decimate it in one hit. And if the fly tries to fly away, the cannonball's big enough that, you know, even if it flies 4 or 5 inches in any direction, it's still going to get hit by the cannonball. Is it expensive? Yes. Does it burn a lot of fuel? Of course. But the fuel magically regenerates itself over time. We don't ask questions. We just say thank you to the fuel. Is the object on the ground? Yes, it is. Well, I didn't have to get that out of a tree, so I feel like I've cheesed it in some way. Apparently, we need a second one though, which it's behind this guy. This guy's like numbing on it. He's good to the last drop, says this guy. How about this, my guy?
We've got the first strike. Take it in close.
I didn't think that would one-shot him, but it did, and we got coconut oil out of it. That implies that that thing either was eating coconuts, in which case where did it get them, or that it just naturally produces some type of oil that is 100% identical in chemical composition to actual coconut oil. By the way, these higher level guys... No, I think we can definitely take them out. It's not even a question. The bugs we were fighting in that cave, I think, were level 50 some odd. So I'm sure we can one-shot those guys back there without any sort of stress. Well, I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do with this random bit of tree sap and whatever else we picked up earlier. I wasn't paying attention, actually. What all did we get? Whatever these random objects are. You're going to patch together a multi-billion-dollar investment Skell and take it back home? Again, I feel like I could just pick it up and carry it. It's smaller than my Skell. Undeniably. Look at the sheer size of this thing. I could pick that thing up and carry it, and you. I don't know why I don't let the rest of my team ride on it or in it or with me.
You got the materials already? You blades are efficient workers.
Yeah, I was keeping them in my back pocket, apparently. It was molten refrigium, a rare native, naturally liquid metal found in Silvulum. It can be briefly used as a coolant thanks to its high thermal conductivity, as well as sap secreted in minute quantities by the trees of Silvulum, used as natural cooling grease due to its properties. Okay. Well, that's fair. I'm willing to go along with both of those.
More than enough. Thanks a lot.
If I eat that sap on a hot day, or if I condense it down into a syrup, will it actually cool my body from the inside out?
That last battle really took a toll on you,
Or will it kill me?
Looks like the circuits couldn't bear the heat.
Just smear some sap on them.
Cooling system. It should hold out long enough. All right. Yep. Even I should be able to take it from here. Could you give me a sec? This won't take long.
I feel like we need to escort you back. Because I think as soon as you fire that thing up, it's...
Right. Should be good to go.
Put on the funny helmet again.
Weird, though. I really shouldn't have been so unstable. How did they miss such a glaring defect? We're days from rollout.
Sing the Skell's praises, or ask what was wrong with it. That one.
Wish I knew. It's a bit hard to ascertain that out here. I'll need an expert's opinion. Though it's clear the controls are acting up. They're being a little temperamental. Kinda hard to get to grips with. The overheating implies it's the steering causing an unexpected load on the system? I'll have to mention that to Alicia later.
Have you considered just going in straight lines?
Would you mind joining me? The one who made the call, it's likely a friend of mine. I'll introduce you.
I feel like I'm obligated to escort you back. First off, I want to make sure that I get my reward. Oh, just gone. They're just gone. I suppose what they meant was we need to meet them back in LA, and then they'll introduce me to their friend. That's fine as well. That's perfectly acceptable. Probably on this side of the map? Yes, indeed. We've met some people over here already. We had to help that one guy who was trying to battle out with the man-on for the superiority of technology or something like that. That other girl that we had at our party who was really annoying and just ran in place directly into a wall. Where are you? Hold on. Completely different marker right over here.
Liesel! When your comms cut out, I thought we'd lost you. What in the hell happened?
Indigens decided to give me grief.
What? You were attacked?
We got some good data. Just check the battle log, you'll see. I know I'm somewhat behind schedule. But at least I'm back on track, thanks to these blades.
Liesel, what am I gonna do with you? I'm sorry. You're the Blades who took up the assignment, right? I'm grateful. Thank you so, so much. I'm Alicia, an engineer at Granada.
The Skell, Bressvelg? It's almost entirely her creation.
Liesel and I go way back. You might even say we're pals.
The two of us have known each other since back on Earth, and that's all I am to you, is it? A pal?
I'm just kidding. Besties. Is that better?
Trusted friend and loyal friend.
Anyhow.
Those are different
had
things.
The green light for mass production. All that's left was a few final checks. This will be a major setback for Granada.
Yeah, about that. As I see it, operating this Skell demands a higher level of competence than most others. For one, the drivetrain feedback is finicky, and it wasn't half as bad in the bench tests.
Huh? I don't understand.
The computer should have modeled it out fine. Think it's programmed wrong?
If so, that's weird. Hold on, I'll double check. You're right. The values are... No, this wouldn't account for...
Was it sabotage? Industrial sabotage? Ask what it was that she found or offer to lend a hand. Let's do that one.
Thanks. We appreciate the offer, but it's not necessary.
You don't know
She
that.
isn't the chief engineer for nothing.
I found our culprit. Our proprietary systems control module was fritzing. I've made sure that it won't do so again. Problem solved.
And all of that
Fine.
right from the iPad.
We're finished. After all these years.
What about the cooling issue, though?
Indeed. Now, we just wait for the press release.
All right. Now that that's all squared away, it's about time we started on the proprietary...
Yes? Yes, sir. Of course. Right away.
Not the boss.
The one and only. He wants to see us ASAP.
Not again. If he's got complaints, he should come over here.
He also asked for you.
Moi?
Oh boy. No rest for the wicked.
It'll be on me for hiring Blade without his say-so.
No. I'm the one who went incommunicado in this case. Sorry, it shouldn't take too long.
I mean, we could just refuse.
We can do all this.
We're under no obligation to go and speak with them. Maybe our payday is on the line, but ultimately, this individual, Granada & Co. has no authority over us. We're Blades. We report directly to Vandam. Tell me where's Vandam, for I much desire to speak with him about this. I feel like I'm being harassed by Granada & Co. I'm being bullied into doing their bidding, just so they'll pay me the money they owe me for accepting their mission. Maybe you should always, seek approval from higher ups before you put out these sort of the bounties on the board here that I don't have to be tailing along after you.
Shiny new skeleton.
This man is wearing a hairpiece. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Is that about the?
That is not his natural hair. Look at the way it sits on his head.
Everything.
You just got a bald naturally, sir.
Assist you to do that.
That is like a little boy's hair.
Not just that. You requested aid from a third party without consulting.
We're on an alien planet. Where did you get that? Did you take it from an actual child?
It was just one final test drive. The more safety checks we do, the better. See,
He's a Scal. He's a robot. Why does he have a hairpiece?
Safety checks end up impacting our profits. You cannot be that dense. That Skell is already feature complete. It was given the all clear, wasn't it?
Respectfully, sir, in this last check, we did discover an issue with the controls. If we'd released it like that, there might have been all manner of accidents.
Nonsense. In that case, you could have simply patched the thing after rollout.
What?
What about reputational impact of releasing a broken product?
Besides, this isn't something a lowly pilot should be sticking her nose into. We've banked far too much on the Hresvelg's development for the project to fail at this stage. Your unsolicited opinion and poor judgment could have torpedoed all our hard work.
I apologize, sir.
What?
Really?
This is the voice of young Xehanort. I'm
No, that's
beep
not-
beep 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 beep. Input from the live chat. Halrondo has informed me that this actor, this VA, Din Biskin, I'm assuming I've pronounced that correctly, is young Xehanort, and I guess now I can hear it.
Is that clear?
Crystal, sir.
I guess he just has a type that he voices, doesn't he? Also, Halrondo has gotten the Ares 90, which is pretty cool. Congratulations. We've picked up the last of our party members, which is exciting. At least the ones that have been unlocked so far. He's also the voice of L? Now that I would not have guessed. I'm glad they brought him back to do some more work then. That's fantastic. Hey, Halrondo, while you're here, maybe you... This mission started with... It started with Vandom. Except it wasn't. Do you know what's going on there? We have a list of theories. Either the OG Vandom is dead, retired, didn't come back, or has aged 10 years and it's the same VA but just older. Do you know which it is? Because it did not sound like Vandom. It was very distracting. I didn't hear a word of the prompt for this mission because I was very distracted by the fact that it was Vandom's body and not Vandom's voice as I remember it. If you have any insight on that, it would be appreciated. What's actually required next? Return to the Hresvelg. Alright, we're on our way. Jumping gets you going further faster. It's just like Minecraft. It's exactly... The whole game is identical to Minecraft.
Sorry you had to be
like
part
most
of that
games.
debacle. The boss likes taking it out on us. He's always giving us crap. We're his favorite punching bag.
Why do you have a
They
barcode
say he
on
was
your
a
neck?
first-rate pilot once upon a time. That's certainly no longer true. Hresvelg here? We've been working on it since Earth, you know. You should have seen it. You could barely swing a wrench in our old workshop. We had a different chief engineer back then, and there was another test pilot besides me.
Well, that implies something bad
We put our
happened to
sweat
them.
and tears into making Hresvelg a reality. That is, till Kellerman got appointed our new boss. To that guy, skills are just product.
Awful boss.
Stepping stones to his next promotion.
Ask what happened to the other members. I'm assuming they're dead on Earth. Murderous liked that.
They died.
There you go.
The other test pilot. We lost him in an accident during a prototype test run. Our former chief was held accountable. They wouldn't stop hounding him, and he killed himself.
Whoa, buddy! Oh, this got heavy.
She was appointed the new chief engineer. Hey, Leash. You look tired.
It's fine. I can hold out a little longer.
You'll burn out. Kellerman keeps lumping you with all these tasks. You need to breathe sometime. And you haven't had your MIM service for who knows how long. It's about time you took better care of yourself.
Look, I gotta work on the next thing. For you and Hresvelg, I can keep going.
I mean, we have really no other options. I think we just have to suggest a break. the game has kind of railroaded us into that.
See? Even the blades are telling you to take it easy. You need to rest.
But... No, you're right. Thanks for making me see sense, Liesel.
Hey, here's an idea. Why don't we head outside? I found the most spectacular view. You're gonna love it.
Well, if you're gonna twist my arm... Sure. Go on, lead the way.
Want to join us as well? Hate to leave you out. Then let's move out. Screw it. I'm bringing Hresvelg.
I feel like that's a bad idea. I feel like you're already in some trouble. Okay, yeah, OG Vandam definitely didn't return for the new stuff. You really hate his new voice. Everybody else sounds a little funny, but are most likely their OG VAs. Yeah, I mean, it happens when you age 10 years that you're going to sound slightly different. But the new Vandam is just not even the same style of voice. At that point, if you're not going to seek out like a good sound-alike, you might as well have just gotten what Guernica Vandam's VA. At least it's in the lineup of Vandams, you know. Get that lineage of Vandams in there. Completely different voice. But so is the new one, and the new one is not good. I agree with you. We heard him deliver just a few lines at the start of this mission, and it wasn't great. They're already gone. Ah!
Did you hear?
Where did my Skell go? My Skell is gone. It looks like it's further inside. That's fine. Where are we going? Sorry, it kind of felt like we'd be interrupting something if we joined the two of them, but I guess we're obligated to go all the way over here. The Skell will come with us. It's fine. It's no big deal. It's no great law. It'll just... and it'll be there with us. Where are you? You magnificent beast. Come hither. Let me climb aboard. And then we'll just kind of, hop up there? I think we've had to get up there before. I think you got to go all the way over here and then kind of up a little bit of a, land bridge situation. Man, you know, it's fun. We've got this. It'd be a lot easier if we had the ability to fly, but we don't yet. From what I heard, the original Xenoblade X was not localized by the group that did the other Xeno games. As a result, voice direction was also different. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. One of my favorite anime is a show called Full Metal Panic, which has a very weird release cycle. I think Season 1, I might have the dates off, but I think it was 2001. Season 2 was 2003. And was actually, it felt more like a spin-off, like a comedy-focused spin-off. Season 3 was 2005, and then Season 4 was in 2018. A bit of a gap there. They actually, for the dub, got all the original VAs back. And most of them sounded the same, with the exception of the main female. It was the same VA, but you could definitely tell her voice had aged the most. And I think that if I had watched, you know, the last season in 2005, and then went on to, you know, the season in 2018, I might not have noticed. But I watched them all for the first time over the course of, you know, like a couple of weeks, and it was super jarring. It was great that they brought them back, though. I appreciated that. I think it would have been worse if it was a sound-alike who sounded different, as opposed to the actual VA just sounding different. But, alright, we've arrived at what is supposed to be some sort of scenic location. It just looks like a grassy hill. Maybe it has a great view in LA. I don't know. I've never bothered to try to look at the city. Or perhaps we're looking up at the stars? Or maybe we're just looking at the Hresvelg. Or maybe you're just going to leave us here. That's fine, too. Okay, look, I can do that, you know? We see, we do. We have that same ability. We can also jump. I think they even showed us the exact route we're supposed to follow, more or less. Actually... Oh, no, we've messed up. Hold on, nobody panic. It's fine. We're getting up there. It's all good. There we go. You know what? Hold on. No, let's stay in the Skell in case this happens again. In case we have to, like, once again get a short scene of them climbing up the mountain further or going into this. Okay, no, this is a good view. I approve of this. I appreciated that we went halfway and then paused so we could get a tutorial on how to jump up the side of the mountain. Great touch.
I guess Mira really does have its moments.
You've been up to your neck in work for so long, you never had time to see the sights.
Guilty. Guess I didn't know what I'd been missing. I was always leaving the field tests to you.
And I'm glad you did. Working on Hresvelg has been a dream. Remember that I'm the ace pilot here. No arguing. Still thinking about what the boss said? Alicia, that guy would sell his own grandma to turn a profit.
I can respect that to some extent.
I know.
The path we've followed. We've always walked it with conviction. Right, Leash?
Right. The path that we must never stray from.
Yeah. Not now, not ever. We'll stick to our guns, no matter what that crook says.
Yeah. The path I must walk.
Time we made tracks. Not long now. They'll be announcing Hresvelg's mass production soon.
And then we can buy one,
This
probably.
model's really a cut above. Can't wait for you to give it a spin. Oh, and also, this isn't public knowledge yet, but it's fitted with a special system. Hresvelg will blow other skells right out of the water.
It's still in development, but it really will wow the pants off of you. Watch this space.
You don't have to sell me on it. I believe
Lastly,
you.
anytime you need a little extra help, give me a call. I happen to be a pretty competent pilot. That might be a skill you're in the market for.
Before Granada, Liesel was Air Force and quite the rising star. She made instructor in record time. I'd argue that she might even give the legendary hero Alois Bernhold a run for his money.
Okay now, that's laying it on a bit thick. In any case, I reckon we'd make a pretty decent team in battle. After all, everyone could use an ace up their sleeve.
Interesting. Not to make too big a deal of it, but she just referred to Liesel as she a couple of times, and there was a whole to-do online when this character was revealed that their bio didn't mention any pronouns, which I didn't think much about, but I was curious to see whether or not it was addressed in the game. Sounds like it's just a she. Who would have guessed? But unless that was just an oversight on the localization team's part. But there you go. Now you know. And I guess we could probably find out more on this. Yep, she approaches things coolly, but beneath is a warm and caring person. All right, well, there's the answer to that question cleared up. And that is all of the reserve members that are currently achievable to us. Some of these others will not be unlocked until later. Obviously, there are 5 more, but we need to progress the plot a bit, and that is fine. We'll come back to that at a later date. Ooh, a new skill, the Hresvelg, has been added to the shop terminal. I hear it's on a whole new level compared to earlier models. A total paradigm shift. Oh, I can't wait to get my greedy paws on it. Hey, buy one quickly so I can tinker with it, okay? That's what I was going to say. Where are you getting the resources for that? Looks like the Hresvelg made it to market, huh? Great stuff. Unlike your run-of-the-mill scales, you can't change its equipment. But to make up for it, it comes with some exclusive unique weapons. I bet you, of all people, will have no trouble making it sing. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Oh, I almost forgot. When Granada put Hresvelg in shops, their marketing people also commissioned replicas of Liesel's test pilot outfit. And I hear you can buy it now. That helmet is kind of unique, huh? But in a good way. Neato, if I wanted to look like that. Kind of scary. We have a review on the VAs from Halrondo here in the chat. All the new people are great, but the old ones definitely display an inconsistency in voice direction. Interesting. Probably still sound like themselves, though, sound confident, just not very well directed. That can happen. And I hate when that happens, when you have like really good VAs that aren't given what they need to kind of perform the task. Alma's part, she sort of loses the constant authoritative military tone despite the VA returning. That's upsetting. Yeah, I think that probably does just come down to not having someone sort of by her side. Well, not literally, but like someone on the opposite side of the booth going like, you know, more authoritative. You know, you are the commander. Well, you know what? I won't say anything else about... I was going to say maybe there's a story reason for that based on how the main story ends. and something that's revealed about her, but we won't go into that. Lynn sounds the same, but her VA has ironically been doing the same voice for over a decade. Okay, so does Sothis in Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and Morgana in Persona. I've not played Persona. I played a large portion of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Also, a game that I played a lot of is Mario Wonder. I need to find the case for it. I don't know what I did. I cracked the game open. I stuck it in. I almost 100%ed it. I made it literally every single time. The final, like, boss run mission. It's not a boss run, but the final mission where you have to get through all of these different challenges. Literally the last one where you have to bounce. I kept dying on. And after 100 tries, I gave up. More than that, because I burned through all my lives and had to go, like, refarm lives and do it again. I was like, I'm done with this game! Great game. Love that game. No idea what I did with the case. So I've just stuck the cartridge up there on a shelf. And that has no bearing on what we're talking about right now, other than to say, I'm pretty sure Fire Emblem Three Houses might have been what was in the Switch when I popped it out for that. Because I kept going back to it. And I was like, I'm going to finish this. I ended up buying the new Fire Emblem game. And I did the exact same thing. I played a pretty decent portion of it. And then just stopped. And I don't know why. I liked it. It was good. Didn't finish it. Alright, so what are we going to do next? Well, we're not going to continue the stream right now because it's getting late, and I got to get my sleep schedule back in order after staying up till 2, maxing out all the classes last night. That was a mistake, so we're probably about to wrap things up. But when we come back next time, we should be ready to simply continue the plot. I don't think we can view that from this screen. It's inside here. Maybe we can. Yeah, we absolutely can. Survey 25% of Oblivia. Done. Complete Close Comrades Affinity mission. We didn't do that! Should we do that right now? You know what? We'll do it tomorrow. Because normally story missions don't take all that long. And we'll go ahead and tack on the Close Comrades, which I think is right outside here. Well, that's not what I meant to do. I certainly didn't mean to do that. Obviously, that is what would happen. I think Close Comrades is this one right over here. Yeah. What is this one? Thinking makes it so. Yeah, we'll get around to that. Complete Chapter 4, we've done that. Primary Destination Noctilum. Can't have Doug or Lau in the party. So, at the very top of the next stream, we will complete Close Comrades. And then we will do the next story chapter. And in the meantime, I'm going to bed. So, Hal Rondo, thank you for tuning in and chatting with us. Nick Alvarez, thanks for tuning in earlier as well. I did see you say that you were leaving. If you ever watch this archive, I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye. We were in the middle of a cutscene. And then Hal Rondo was in the chat, so I got distracted. But God bless all of you. I hope that you're all enjoying your time with the game as well. We're getting through this pretty quickly. Like there's a ton to do still. There's a bunch of great side content that I want to do. But it really does feel like we are just zooming through this game. And we're going to be at the end soon, which is fine. I mean, I'm pretty happy. Like, Hal Rondo, if you wouldn't mind answering a quick question, without spoilers, of course. I know that after you finish the main story, pretty much everything is still open to you. The game ends in such a way that you could easily... Unlike some Xenoblade games where the game ends and then you go back into it and you're like right before the final boss. This game ends, you complete the game, and then you're just in the post-game, and everything is in stone, but all the same missions and things are still available to you. Is that still the case if you do, again, without spoilers, just like I guess a simple yes or no, with the new epilogue story missions, if I complete those, is it still... How do I phrase this? Because what I want is a yes or no, and I don't want details, so I'm trying to figure out how to phrase the question for you. After I complete the epilogue missions, yes or no, can I continue playing from that point in the world with the leftover side content and have it feel like a natural continuation? Or yes or no? I know that's such an odd question, and it's going to be hard to answer with a yes or no. If not, we might start knocking out some side content. We might do like alternating streams between story chapter. I mean, obviously, we're going to alternate between story chapter and doing some of these other affinity missions. But I'm talking about adding things like one of my favorite sort of... The water missions, right? The new water purification plant side story is one of my favorite. It's nothing complicated. It's nothing crazy over the top, but it's a ton of fun. There's one somewhere along in here involving a sort of mad doctor scientist type person that is very heavily inspired by one of my favorite 80s movies film franchises. I'm not sure exactly where that one is. Professor B, it's that one right there, Mystery Man. Like, a lot of these are a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing them again. But there's a part of me that wants to just rush to the end to see the new content. So the game simply shoves you into a state before you begin the new story. All stats, equipment, and quest progress is carried over. Post-game is simply post-chapter 12. Okay, sounds simple enough. That's, I suppose, a good answer. I appreciate it. Yeah, it doesn't give anything away. Until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. I will see you all later. Goodbye.